It says it's a neutral, but it doesn't look like it has a gear indicator. Listen to that roar. All right, wish me luck. Hello everyone, Dick here. I've recently taken delivery of my new Honda CT125. It has been suggested to me that this is a 2023 model, evidenced by the position of the oil filter access port and the new armored silver color. It is also purported to boast a higher top speed than the earlier version, which after a short blast on the motorway leads me to believe that this is in fact a 2023 model. I don't pretend to be the expert on Honda Mini Motos or CTs here in the UK, or anywhere for that matter, nor am I a wannabe moto journalist, as so many of us YouTubers pretend to be these days. So I am always happy to defer to those more knowledgeable and experienced than me, as I am eager to learn and expand my own understanding of things. Whether mine is a 2022 or 23 model, it does not matter, for I have wanted one of these since I first spotted it at the edge of the screen of a Japanese language video showcasing Honda's little bikes back in the autumn of 2020. Honda had released a quirky little video, which I have not been able to find since, to fill the gap left by the cancelled motorcycle shows due to the COVID-19 crisis back in 2020. As we all know, the shitstorm that ensued afterwards resulted in the halting of production and worldwide shipment of most things, including Honda motorbikes. In the aftermath, the new CT125 was slowly drip-fed to various markets around the world. Like others, I watched and waited patiently for the CT to come to Britain. After 3 years, my patience had worn out, and despite not needing a new bike or necessarily having a budget for one, I dropped a deposit on one of these through a specialist importer last November. At long last, the bike is now in my possession, UK registered, taxed, and insured. I've even managed to get out for a quick ride between these persistent late winter rainstorms, and am all in all very happy to have it, and looking forward with optimism to the journeys ahead. I thought I'd take a moment in this video to point out some of the features that attracted me to this bike, and why I chose this over the other mini Hondas I've been long considering, and that are readily available through UK Honda dealerships, specifically the Grom, the Monkey, and to a lesser extent, the Super Cub. Here is your exhaust note for those of you who insist on hearing exhaust notes. That's the gear shift pedal lever there. It's a heel toe. You push down to go up in your gears, and you either pull up or use the heel to downshift. Neutral, I don't know. I've kind of lucked into neutral. I don't know if neutral is a default. I'll have to read something about it, but I'm not really sure the sense of it or the mechanics of it yet. I find that pushing down on the toe is not as unintuitive as I had anticipated in terms of upshifting, but pulling up or using the heel to downshift has been very counterintuitive. I also find that downshifting, I get a lot more engine braking than I anticipate, and it doesn't seem to be proportional to what I'm gaining when I upshift. So it's an interesting learning curve on this, but not as steep as I anticipated it would be. Get some schmutz there, Rennie. What's this schmutz about? Alright. Don't be too precious. I do like the utility of this massive rack. However, it doesn't seem to have any more weight capacity than a smaller rack that I would have on the back of my CRF. And I'm definitely carrying more than 44 pounds on this thing. So we're going to be testing that. The seat, I kind of like the idea of a single solo seat. And I'm not a tall guy, but I'm finding that I'm sitting on that bar. I have to kind of sit further forward and have a bit more bend in my knee than I anticipated. I'm still coming to terms with that seat there. I'm running a smartphone speedo to correspond these two because I've read that when you click over kph to mph, sometimes it's not jiving with the software, and I'm finding that I'm going faster than that's reflecting, so I'm gonna have to address that. It is for a Far East market, and kph would have been the factory default on this, so I'm hoping that's not too much of a fix. The other thing is, like the old school ones, the gas is under the seat. There. And there's a single Allen key here to open up my toolbox here. One of the other attractive features of this bike is the snorkel exhaust here. You can have a high exhaust all you like, which is what this comes with. But if you do find yourself doing some water crossings and water goes into your engine through your air intake, it kind of undermines the whole point of having a high exhaust. So the snorkel exhaust was one of the attractive draws for me to this bike. It also has front and rear disc brakes, Nissan calipers. I'm a big fan of Nissan calipers. I had good experiences, and there's front ABS. I do like this feature. There's one of these, it has perished, but there's one of these that came stock on the original 1975 125S that I have. So I do like that, keeping it off there. The other attractive feature of this Cub is this engine bar and bash plate that comes stock, as well as a kickstart. So in terms of functionality and usability, and future-proofing, this bike has all the features that I would look for in a utility motorcycle. If you like that video and you want to see more like them, hit like, share, and subscribe.